Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-na-na-na. Welcome to Coco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from KocoSports.com, KocoSports.com, or KocoSports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. This is our weekly WWE Smackdown review. If you saw the show, please put down in the comments win, loss, or tie. What did you think of WWE Smackdown? Me personally, it was nothing. Nothing. Um, I almost want to give it a win because on paper, if you read the results, you're like, not a bad SmackDown. But if you watched it, oh man, it was horrible. And they listened to the audience, the piped in audience. I want to give it a tie because there was nothing horrible on it, but I just can't. I have to be negative. It has to be a loss because it's one of those shows that if you just read the results, you're like, Dave, why are you angry? And then when you watch the show, you're just like, oh, yeah. I don't know if this is a scientific number, but this is my hypothesis. This is my scientific, educated guess. I hope I'm using those words right. 97% of the show was Monday Night Raw. I don't know if that's factual. That is my guess. All right, let's start off with the actual SmackDown. Santino Marella was the general manager. A lot of people shit on this on Twitter, but I think Santino Marella is pretty funny. I find his comedy to be funny, and for him to have a spot, I wouldn't even mind him being a general manager or something. I think if they were for the children, and they had a television show that didn't fail miserably for the children because your average demographic is 41. Dun 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 dun. I think Santino Marella would be awesome as a general manager on something like Saturday Morning Slam. Yeah, by the way, if you're for the children, why aren't you bringing that show back? You have a network? Yeah, that's what I thought, bitches. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler, and then he goes into opening match. Dolph Ziggler defeats Intercontinental Champion Luke Harper by disqualification. It just seemed like Luke Harper is a really good pro wrestler. Anyone that's seen him in Independence knows that. But this is the first time I saw him get the disease of WWE big man. He's like, I don't have to work hard. Look at me. I'll let Ziggler do all the hard work. It's a disease that you get if you're a talented big wrestler. Eventually, you stop trying. Look out, Big E. That disease might get you. But I think the disease has got Luke Harper. He was a great independent wrestler. He's an awesome wrestler. But this is the first time I saw symptoms of the disease. I'm big. I don't have to try. That should be WWE's motto. Remember, like WCW's motto was where the big boys play? WWE's motto should be, I'm big. I don't have to try. Yay! It wasn't bad. I was just expecting a lot more. It ends with Harper kicking Ziggler in the nuts. I was watching this, by the way, with your so-called real demographic. Your real demographic, your average age is 41 years old. You lie and say you're for children. So me and my son, we were playing Legos with this in the background, watching Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper. I watched it twice because, I was like, no, I have to give a serious review. I have to know what happened. And my serious review was, it wasn't that good. Should have kept playing with Legos. But anyway, watching it with my son, playing with Legos, making spaceships, crashing into it. 8 years old. That's the real demographic. He's like, why is that guy so ugly? I'm like, I don't know. All right, keep playing with Legos. And he goes, the referee sucks. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, both guys cheat all the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's pro wrestling. And he's like, yeah, but then the referee is completely worthless. And I always find it funny, like, what your real demographic says. You're a bunch of goddamn cheaters. That's what your 8-year-olds say. And by the way, he fucking was not entertained at all by WWE. I wasn't either. So you're closer to your real demographic and your lying demographic. So both of us were not impressed. At the very end, Ziggler does throw a ladder at Luke Harper's face from on the ring. He's inside the ring. Luke Harper's outside the ring, and he just throws a ladder at his face. That was pretty sweet. And afterwards, Santino came down, and Santino did a good job in his role. I know a lot of people said he sucked, but I was like, whoa, pump your brakes. I like the Santino. He made a ladder match for the Intercontinental title. So there you go. And by the way, we do have a stairs match. Yes, a fucking stairs match. Ryback and Eric Rowan demolished Seth Rollins and Big Show on a sorry, I'm just reading the headline. Seth Rollins, Big Show, and Kane spoke up about a future full of tables, tables, stairs, and chairs. It sounds so weird. I thought I was messing up. But no, I'm not messing it up. That's what it says. I'm reading these right off WWE.com. This, by far, might be one of the worst promos ever given. Now, I'm a concussion-filled idiot. All right? I have too many concussions, and I'm dumb. Dude, it was bad. It was bad. They had a piping crowd noise. Just poor Seth Rollins. Poor Seth Rollins. It was just bad. It wasn't a good promo, but that's where you find out that Big Show's going to have a stair match, and that later on they're going to have a main event. The New Day Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston defeat Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I feel bad for Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E because they're super talented wrestlers in their own rights. All three have a different style, and they are trying so hard to get this over, and no one cares. I feel so bad because they're such good wrestlers, and they're trying. It's not like they have a shitty gimmick and they're not trying. These guys are trying to get this gimmick over, and it's even embarrassing with the piped-in crowd noise. Piped-in crowd noise could have even saved this. I don't know. I hope for their sake this starts to get over a little bit, just because they're so talented wrestlers. It was a pretty short match, but I wish they had more time because Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro on paper looks amazing. And Vince, is this your grand plan of getting Cesaro over? I don't understand how to get Cesaro over. I mean, I fucking cover him with shit and throw on fucking dirt in his eyes, and everyone in the arena could piss on him, and then when he gets in the back, everyone in the back can fucking just jizz on him, Bukkake style. I don't understand why he's not getting over. 1 + 1 = Kevin Nash. On paper, should have been amazing. Was pretty decent for a very short match. And just Xavier Woods, Big E, Kofi Kingston, much love sent to you because you guys are good wrestlers, good to great wrestlers, and you are busting your ass trying to get this over. You're just, dude, I appreciate the effort. I just don't know if it's going to work out. Dean Ambrose versus Rusev never happens. Rusev comes down, says he's got a hurt back. He's not going to defend the U.S. title. They go on their whole Russia, USA, we don't like each other gimmick. Dean Ambrose is still being crazy. He's like, hey, I don't understand what you said. I tuned you out. And I don't know why. When you have a dead audience, maybe you shouldn't mention about tuning stuff out. I don't know. Like, it's just like, really? The crowd is dead. You have to pipe in crowd noise. And you're like, oh, I tuned you out. Can you act like at least, I don't know. Maybe I'm just nitpicking here, but I'm just like, this is pretty fucking stupid. Dean Ambrose goes down, and then Bray Wyatt comes out and attacks him, and they do an injury angle where he has a chair, and he has the chair in his throat, and he slams it down into the stairs, driving his Adam's apple into the chair. And it looks pretty sweet. I just wish WWE didn't have to rely on fake injury storylines. I am not a big fan of fake injury storylines, and even if it is a fake injury storyline, cut to commercial right away. Because if he was really injured, you wouldn't have 27 cameras on him. You would cut to commercial. You would cut to Michael Cole. It's just little fucking details like that. And the reason I say I'm not a big fan of fake injury storylines is because injuries happen all the time. Just as Ryback's opponents. Oh, I'll be here all week. Um, but injuries happen all the time, and when you fake an injury, it just seems like when a real injury happens, it's not that important. It's just, I don't know. I'm not, and I know I might be alone on this one. I might be fighting a losing battle. But if I had the book and the power, or if you want my opinion, I hate fake injury storylines. And all that, but like, all right, no one's buying the shit because it went too long and they have the cameras on him. Why not, when he spikes his throat into the chair, into the stairs, and it looks great, why not cut to another angle and be like, we'll be right back after this, and be like, because it just seems more real. I just, not only do I not like in fake injury storylines, I fucking hate it when you do them badly. If, let's say he really broke his fucking neck, you wouldn't sit there with the camera on and be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get the best I fucking shot I can. Blah, 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 blah. You would cut to commercial. You would cut to commercial. You would cut to Michael Cole coming back. Just don't do it. And if you are going to do it right. I feel like it's WWE creative for SmackDown. I'm talking to my kid about drugs. Listen, you shouldn't do drugs. But if you are going to do drugs, do them right and know which drugs are good for you. There you go. The more you know. All right. Then you have The Miz defeat Jey Uso. I enjoy this storyline. I think this is the best storyline going right now. The Miz sent flowers to his wife, and he's pissed off. And his wife's like, well, what's the problem? And I enjoy this storyline because it's simple. The only tiny nitpick that I have about it is the titles seem secondary, and they do this to the tag team, and they do this to all their titles. It used to be they only did it to their tag team titles. This would be a great storyline if there was no titles on the line. The fact that there's titles on the line, now it seems like flowers to his wife is more important. I wish WWE knew how to spread stuff out, where if you're going for the titles mean something, but there's no titles on the line, then you can be like, you sent my wife flowers? How dare you? You could tell they're still newlyweds. If they've been married for 40 fucking years, he'd have been like, you know what? Fuck you. You can go fucking have that fucking old piece of ass. The Miz defeats Jey Uso. It was a pretty impressive match. I enjoyed it. I enjoy the storyline. The only nitpick I could have about this storyline is the titles seem worthless, but it's such a small nitpick because, spoiler, surprise, all the titles are worthless. Naomi defeats Brie Bella. It was a pretty decent match for a women's divas match. AJ Lee was on commentary, and of course that took over, so you didn't actually pay attention to the match. But overall, for WWE standards, not too bad. AJ Lee does attack Nikki Bella on the outside, and it distracts Brie Bella, and Naomi gets the pin. And the one thing I like about this is at least the title means something, and it seems like it's not AJ Lee versus Paige, which, I don't mind, but it seems like they're bringing people up, and it includes Naomi into the mix. So it looks like slowly but surely they're rebuilding the women's division, which is good for WWE standards. And then the main event was Ryback and Eric Rowan's defeating Seth Rollins and Big Show. It happened. The highlight of the day was the guy in the back who's had to put in the audio crowd noises. He was on his A game. We should next year. It's too late now, but next year we should have shows and we remember which one had the best, tuned in crowd. Like which crowd was just a fake audience. Because SmackDown's had some really good runner-ups. Like, feed me more, and him versus Ryback and Triple H staring at each other. But this one was a pretty close runner-up. I saw a Drew Carey meme, and it was fucking, it said, Smackdown, where the matches don't matter and the crowd is made up. The crowd noise is made up. Yeah, so Ryback and Eric Rowan defeat Seth Rollins and Big Show. And yeah, it happened. The storyline continues. It was long, and they gave a lot of time to this. But like in Ring of Honor, a lot of times, maybe even New Japan free television, but in Ring of Honor, they will do a bunch of quick matches in the beginning and then give the main event a lot of time. I think they tried to do a Ring of Honor here where they had tons of quick matches, a lot of Monday Night Raw segments, a lot of Monday Night Raw. SmackDown is Raw. And then they said, oh, let's have one good last long match. And you didn't pull it off like Ring of Honor does. You did not pull it off like Ring of Honor does. So overall, I give it a loss. What did you think? Win, loss, tie. Bam, let's go to the YouTubes. YouTube. Seth Rollins' promo skills are horrible. Bullet Club Bigs, I used to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to disagree with you. I like Seth Rollins. I root for Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, me and Rob used to always joke he has one good promo. He had one good promo, and he repeated it over and over. And I think you're absolutely right. I think his promo skills do suck. Granted, I'm sure it felt awkward as fuck not having any crowd noise whatsoever. But still, that was bad. That was bad. Not only was that bad on the WWE level, it was bad on every level. If you cut that promo in front of, I don't know, 10, 20 people in a garage and call yourself independent wrestling, that would be horrible. Bullet Club Bigs also goes on. I feel for Big E, Kofi, and Xavier. All three are talented, but they have to have the minstrel story show-style gimmick. I don't know how... I don't know. I don't want to have to go there in your comment section, Dave, but I think you're... Boom. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry. I don't want to go there in your comment section, Dave, because I think you're a good dude, but seeing them having to shuck annoys me to no end. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I get upset because why do the black guys have to be together? Like, I know a lot of people were upset because they're like, oh, here's three black guys, they're angry. Well, why wasn't Dolph Ziggler? Why wasn't Zack Ryder there? You don't think... Dude, half the fucking roster is angry. I just think it's... it is racist. I mean, there's no way around it. Yeah, because, like, when I heard there was going to be an Angry Man faction, I was excited as shit. I was like, man, this is going to be awesome. Who's going to be in it? What's going to happen? Oh, I can't wait. I remember people were dropping names like Dolph Ziggler. People were dropping names like Zack Ryder. And then they're like, oh, Big E. I'm like, okay, he could be angry. He has a lot of potential. Xavier, okay, maybe he didn't break. And then, like, Kofi was the final straw. Really? Kofi, look at him. He's the cutest son of a bitch in the world. No. And then the thing is, a bunch of white people got scared and went, oh my goodness, they're going to have three angry black guys, and I don't know how to react to that. Oh goodness, I'm scared. So then they go, oh, okay, we'll show those fucking racist white fucks who are a bunch of scared punk-ass bitches. We'll make them super positive. And I'm just like, poor Kofi. Poor Big E. So, yeah. There you have it. It's just... It's wrong. I like Big E, Kofi, and Xavier as athletes. I don't see this gimmick ever getting over. And you know what? It's not for lack of trying. Because they are... I haven't seen anyone bust their ass this much on a dying, stupid gimmick in a really long time. Forsaken says, the legendary Forsaken, we might have to close fantasy wrestling soon. So many people join fantasy wrestling. We might have to make the team smaller. Kind of odd that SmackDown is 60% decent and 50% bad for a while now. When I know SmackDown was way better than Raw for majority of this year, I suppose it still is. But both have heavy hitters are going down while NXT has the best WWE show going. Yeah, NXT is still the best show, but all of them have been going down. SmackDown is usually better than Raw. NXT is usually better than SmackDown. And main event is a bunch of short matches just thrown at you. So it's kind of a different breed by itself. But NXT isn't as good as it used to be. Raw, well, I don't know. Has it got worse? It's one of those things like, I don't know. It's still fucking horrible. I don't know if it got worse. And I think SmackDown the last couple weeks has been really bad. But still, a really bad SmackDown is better than a really bad Raw. All right, thank you for the live comments. Boom, boom, boom. Let me check. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah. Albert Del Rio became the first ever person to hold the AAA, CMLL, and WWE heavyweight titles. Just reading some stuff off Twitter. And also, Jay Briscoe defeats Cole with a Jade Driller. I will be doing an ROH review, but I was at the hospital during the beginning of the pay-per-view, so I didn't see it all, so I'm probably going to wait. But I am definitely want it. And news-wise, Green Power Ranger wants CM Punk in UFC debut. Everyone wants CM Punk. It's just money. Like, I love how, like, this is fucking, like, news. Like, you have Green Power Ranger, like, I want to fight CM Punk. You got, who else? Baroni and all them. They're like, oh, I want CM Punk. Of course. It's an easy fucking payday. It's a guaranteed lots of money. Yeah. Fuck, I'll fight CM Punk for that type of money. Spoilers. Don't bet on me. The pipe. Sorry about dying on you there. Bullet Club Big says the piped-in crowd noise was so obvious. It's a shame. Yeah, they don't even try to hide it. I wonder if the guys in the back are like, "Oh, you want fucking noise?" and they just click on it. You know, I think eventually the people in the back are going to be so mad. Hold on, let's see if I can do this. Son of a bitch, where's the option? Here it is. Oh, opening Google Effects. Here we go. This is gonna be it. You're gonna hear you're gonna hear John Cena come out like dun 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 dun. You think the guy just gets tired? Like, here's SmackDown guy. You ready? He's just like. There you go. Oh, man. It's just so bad. I want a laugh track. That's what I want. Here we go. Like, he tells us this thing, and he's like, like, Seth Rollins is like, should we say ladders, stairs, and chairs? And then you just hear this. Coming to a future SmackDown near you. Can't wait. I just can't wait. Oh, I hate my life. We listen to the audience. Here, you ready? We'll listen to the audience. Here's Vince McMahon. He's in the office. He's like, I think John Cena should win 976 matches this year and never fucking lose and have every title. What does the audience think of that? See? I listen to the audience. I listen to the audience. Anyway, thank you for the live comments. I really appreciate it. We probably lost everyone. Everyone's like, we're not fucking listening to those stupid sound effects. You listen to it for the WWE. You can't listen for the sound effects for me. How dare you? Anyway, I'm going to be doing a show on the Slammies, hopefully. And hopefully I can watch all the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I only saw the last 2 matches, and one of them broke my goddamn heart. Bunch of fucking douche fucking bastards. Okay, you want me to give you just a short preview of it? Here it is, my Ring of Honor recap. You ready? New Japan has the best wrestlers in the world, and they don't have the balls to fucking win in Ring of Honor. They just don't. What are you, fucking too nice? Stop fucking bowing, you fucking douche nozzles. And fucking win. Fucking believable. Oh, Ring of Honor. I love Ring of Honor, but you are nowhere in New Japan's league, and it's a fucking smack in the face. All right. I will try to do a Ring of Honor review. I will be doing my Slammy Vote Award show because I did that for TNA, so I'll probably do that next. And please like, comment, subscribe as we try to do more and more shows for this channel. Fantasy wrestling is filling up quick. Me and Forsaken have to talk. We might have to make 4-man teams or 3-man teams. And we might have to have a cutoff soon. So make sure to go to KocoSports.net, find the fantasy wrestling section, and, you know, work your magic there. All right. Dying a little bit inside. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, check out KocoSports.net. Jerry O'Neill, David Cooey, Scott Adams are busting their asses. It's Hall of Fame month. It's Fantasy Wrestling month. Oh, what an exciting time to be part of the internet infantry. Go to KocoSports.net. And with that, I am over.